Hello, welcome to TracCloud at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Today I will show you how to use TracCloud. First, you want to open a browser and go to TracCloud.TAMU-CC.edu. You will log in automatically if you are on campus. Off campus, you will use Duo to log in. And this is the dashboard when you first log in. In the dashboard, we have the welcome message, Q2 tables, utilization, edit your bio, your calendar appointments for today. This also can be switched to a weekly view, how to schedule an appointment for students, and also your consultant time check. This is the amount of hours you have worked. Now, to get started, let's get situated with setting up your schedule. You'd want to go here to the top where it says schedule. And right here you have Monday, July 25th. This will always be the Monday of the week. As you can see here, I switched it to the following Monday. You can also click on today to go back. This is your name. If I were to click here, I'm able to view other staff. Now, in some cases, you may not have access to this depending on your supervisor's preferences. And what you want to do here is make sure you select your appropriate center. And in this case, let's say I'm working at the tutoring center. As you can see here, I already have the schedule pre-built. But let's say I wanted to work from 8 to 9 in the morning. I would go ahead and select that time, double check, make sure it says that you are available. Here in the center section, these are the current centers you have available. In most cases, you'll only have either 1 or 2. For this example, I'll be working at the tutoring center. As you can see, it'll show my consultant name, the reason, in this case, it's peer tutoring. You want to select this. I can decide if I want the online option for this appointment or if I want it optional. Optional chosen means it'll always be selected as online unless they unselect it. In this case, let's choose optional. The in-person location will be the Bell Library Commons. This may change depending on the location. It may be the Tutoring and Learning Commons. Again, check with your supervisor. Since I am doing an online option, I'll go ahead and select the standard Zoom link. Here where it says session ID, I know that my session ID is Joe Velasquez. We also have guides on how to set up your personal room Zoom link. Now you have your work days from and to. In this case, I know the start of the semester is August 22nd and ends December 5th. Max students, you want to have it selected for 1 if you're going to do one-on-one appointments. Any more than that will turn it into group sessions. As you can see here, changed it to availability for group appointments. Here, if I check this, the first person to book an appointment at that time means that any other students until the cap will be scheduled at that same time as well. For in this case, let's just do one-on-one. Now I am going to work from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. for 1 hour. And let's do this weekly, and I'm only available Mondays and Wednesdays. You can also select Monday through Friday if needed, all the days, or none. Of course, since I'm working Monday and Wednesday, let's select those. For increments, you want to put in the time the student is allowed to meet with you. In this case, that'll be for the whole 60 minutes. Break minutes, that's time in between sessions. If I needed time to do notes for the session, after I've finished the session, let's say I prefer to have 45-minute sessions and give me 15 minutes in between to at least do my notes. Multi-slot times means that students will have the option to either book various time slots. So let's say I wanted 45-minute time slots and 30. But in this case, we're not going to do any time slots. Students will have the option to upload documents if needed. You want to hit save to confirm your schedule. Now if we go to August 22nd, You can see that I have an 8 a.m. appointment available with 15 minutes block out. Now let's say I wasn't available on Wednesday. I can go ahead and highlight this again. And right here where it says is availability, I can uncheck this to block the availability. Now, in most cases you do want to add a description as to the reason why you're not available that day. In this case, let's say I was running late. Save and close. As you can see, it is now blocked out. Now when it comes to scheduling, you want to double check with your supervisor to see if you have the permissions available to do it yourself or if it's got to be done by a supervisor. Now, let's say I have a walk-in student that is coming in for tutoring. I can go to my schedule, select the center I'm working with. Now let's say I had a walk-in at 10 a.m. because I was available and no one had booked that time yet. I can go ahead and hit this little plus sign right here where it says create an ad hoc appointment. When you hover over it, find the student. You can enter the student's username or enter the student's last name first and first name second. Select the student, and let's say the appointment was from 10 a.m. to 11. Here under status, you can see that it says attended, missed, student canceled, staff canceled, admin excuse. Now, if it was a walk-in appointment, I know that the student attended, and let's say the subject was for computer science, and the reason was for peer tutoring. Here are additional information that the student might have asked. So in this case, the student needed help with flowcharts. And then now here in consultant, you'll see that it says quick notes about the meeting. These are your meeting notes instructed by your supervisor processes. In this case, let's say I helped the student understand flowcharts and went with 4 different examples. I then save. As you can see, the appointment record was saved. And here you can see that for tutoring, John Doe, for this course, received peer tutoring. Now back in the dashboard, let's say a student wants to schedule an appointment in the future. You can schedule this appointment for the student by going to the section that says schedule an appointment. You enter the student's name, last name first, first name second. Now, this student is currently enrolled in Computer Science 1435. So we'll select that. And the reason is peer tutoring. You can search. As you can see here, we can see availability. These are the times that are available, the date, the sessions are one-on-one, the tutor's name, the location, and the center. In this case, it's tutoring. If I were to select the little eye symbol, we can see information about tutoring. We know that it's at the library's Learning Commons. A map for the library is located on campus. Images of what the library looks like from the outside and as soon as you walk in, and the hours of operation. Now we can just select one of these days. Let's say the student wanted to have an appointment at 11 a.m. August the 2nd. You can enter any additional information regarding this appointment for the student. In this case, let's say the student needs help with for loops for this specific course. You can select save. Now the appointment record is saved. This in turn means that the student will receive a confirmation email about the appointment being set up, and so will the consultant. Now let's say at the end of the day you've got to do your meeting notes. What you can do is go to attendance listing, select the student whose meeting notes you want to edit. In this case it's John Doe. Here in the meeting notes I can add helped student with flowcharts and gave 4 examples. You do want to select is work time and hit save. You can also see previous visits that the student had. Now, let's say I am working at the library commons. In this example, I'm going to show you how to log in for your work hours using the kiosk. You click on this little clock symbol to create a work visit. You would enter your username or ID. In this case, let's say my name is John Fortescue. I'm going to select the tutoring center. Now I would select scheduled, and I'm logged in. I would do the same thing if I wanted to log out. Now let's say it's my work shift, and I wanted to check if there was any students that I can assist. I can log in using a computer or my phone, and if I go to attendance and go to log listing for the tutoring center, I can see that currently there is a student named John Doe who has been waiting for 1 minute. He's looking for tutoring for the subject for computer science 1435, and the reason is peer tutoring. Now I can select this student and go about my meeting notes the same way. I would want to select consulted, ended at, so that I know the exact time the session ended. I want to make sure that I select my name because I assisted the student during my work hours. The location was Bell Library Commons. Now the location may change depending on what your supervisor prefers. Assisted with 4 loops. Save. And then I can close this window. As you can see, the student is no longer here. Now let's say the same student was attending, but only used the area to study independently. If they logged in, you can always log them out by clicking here. Now let's say a student forgot to log out. If you see the visit time way over an hour, the system will automatically log them out at the end of the day, or you can log them out automatically here. As you can see, you can now ask the student if who they saw. In this case, we know that it was myself. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Again, you want to check with your supervisor in case some options in TracCloud are not available to you.